The studio lights flickered over the polished set, the audience buzzing with anticipation. Bill Maher leaned back in his chair, a smirk playing on his lips. "Faith," he said, shaking his head, "how can anyone still take it seriously in 2025? Laughter erupted in the audience, the kind that feels sharp, cutting through the quiet corners of doubt and certainty alike. Yet, amidst the laughter, a small figure in the crowd remained still, almost holding his breath, a young man whose life story would soon challenge the cynicism around him. That young man was JD Vance. JD's story did not begin in a gleaming city or a family of privilege. He grew up in the shadow of crumbling factories and the muted despair of the Rust Belt. His childhood home was a cramped trailer, walls thin enough to hear his mother's whispered prayers at night, praying for a life better than the one they were handed. Faith, to him, was never abstract, it was survival. It was the comfort in his mother's voice, the warm smell of Sunday dinners even when food was scarce, the flicker of hope that maybe tomorrow could be different. School was a battlefield. JD watched friends and neighbors spiral into addiction and desperation, their potential swallowed by the grit and grime of a world that seemed to have forgotten them. Yet JD had something rare. He saw the possibility of escape, not just through luck or money, but through persistence, learning, and yes, faith. Faith, not always in religion, but in the unspoken belief that one could rise above circumstance. When Maher's laughter filled the room that night, it wasn't just an attack on religion, it felt like an attack on that quiet resilience, the belief that hard work and hope could bend the arc of one's life. JD knew the world he came from all too well, and he had a story that would bring even the most skeptical to pause. He stepped forward, his hands shaking slightly, heart pounding, but his voice steady. "I grew up believing that life was stacked against